Japan is a country where people get guidance not just from their family and friends, but you can also rent a middle-aged guy to listen to your problems and provide suggestions and advice. Ossan Rental is a website where you can go to and get advice from a middle-aged Japanese guy. And today we're going to talk and interview a few of these to learn about their experience. What does Ossan mean?
Ossan means like old man. Ossan means old man.
The middle-aged male.
Maybe more than 30s
Okay.
to 60,
Guilty.
70.
Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 58.
58, really?
39 years old.
39 years old. How long have you been doing Ossan Rental?
I started Ossan Rental last year.
About 6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
I started last year,
Okay.
since 2023.
The idea of Ossan Rental is that you provide support, advice.
Support, advice, or sometimes only listening to the people.
Job interviews, training of job interviews, choosing a company or a way of life.
Sometimes buy something and bring it to her house because he cannot go there.
Restaurant, which is not famous. Travelers don't go to there. Yes, so I took them. It is a local Japanese cuisine. Sashimi, sushi, and something, yakitori.
And so it's a great way for a foreigner who maybe doesn't know where to go to experience a typical Japanese pub in a very traditional way.
Yes.
The experienced man can maybe support the people who has a problem or who just want to talk.
So like an uncle, maybe?
Or something like that. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
The people who hire you, are they younger people, older people?
It depends from 20 to I think 60 years old women. Guys, I don't know, 30 years old to 50 years old, I think.
Sometimes younger people, but sometimes older people, old man who has no friends, so he asked to join the dinner. He wants to talk.
How did it start? How did you hear about it?
Oh, so it is very interesting.
I found it by the SNS or website.
Okay.
I retired 4 years ago. I studied a little bit, 2 years. After that, my wife told me that you should do something, maybe. I found it and this is good for me. Maybe I have experience.
How many people do you think you've met through the website?
Average 10
Okay.
requests. But recently, after the foreigner uploaded in the SNS, I received 60 in 1 month.
So someone put it on the internet?
Yeah, maybe about 20%, but 80% offers by foreigners.
Huh,
Yes.
80%?
80%. Yes.
First year, the inquiries is 120. I did just 50 or 60.
Okay.
50, from 50, yeah.
These 2 months, there are so many foreigners offered me.
Really?
Yes.
Can you give me an example of things that they wanted?
Okay, generally they ask to, tour conductor or some support to the first tourist.
So maybe show you around and to buy tickets and...
Almost every day I'm doing.
Really?
Wanted to learn English more and more. So it is a good situation speaking English and listening English and meeting native speaker or European, and so it is a good experience for me.
Definitely, and it makes you maybe a better listener.
Yeah.
You're able to provide advice
Yes.
and suggestions, and you help people who need help as well.
Of course, I get money, but I get something.
And you should, like you're helping people.
Yes.
And I think when something is free, people don't value it as much as well. Is it mostly women, mostly men? Like, is it 50-50?
So women's order is 80%, I think, that's for me, and then 20% mine's guys order.
Okay.
When I was told by the owner of this website, he told me that more than 70 or 80% is women.
Okay.
For my case, I think it's 50-50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 5%, 5%.
It's 50%, 50%.
50%. 50%.
Okay. I've heard in Japan
Yeah.
that loneliness
Yeah.
is a big problem.
Yeah.
People not having friends. Can you tell me about that? I'd love to learn more and why that is.
About 5% of Japanese is a very lonely, maybe. So it is depends on generation and occupation and gender.
Maybe the family becomes smaller, so old people live alone sometimes. The people may be difficult to communicate with others.
Have no friends and no family. There are no family. So independent. Yeah, it is depends on individuality.
But of course, there are many communities you can join.
Communities like what? Like
Like
sports
any
communities?
sports or art. I'm playing tennis almost every day.
Okay.
Today, even this morning, I played. I have a friend more than 80s
Okay.
who can still play.
That's great. I think it's such a good idea though, because it's a way that maybe people who no longer are working can provide value back to other people, and especially people who maybe don't have friends or who can't do something. Maybe they're not strong enough. Maybe a woman who feels worried about going out at night or something, for example. I remember hearing about this idea where in America they got people who lived in old people's homes to help Brazilians learn English. So they had like a video call every week, and they'd just speak to them, and that would help them learn English. And again, it's another great way of being able to do that. Is apps very popular? We have Tinder.
Yeah.
Is that popular here as well?
For young people, the apps is really popular.
Okay.
But older people, they met up in nomikai. It's a drinking party. The office members is
Okay.
going to izakaya, is a pub, Japanese pub. So sometimes friends introduce his friend, and then on the other hand, someone introduce her girlfriend, and then meet up together, and then have a relationship.
Okay, okay. What kind of things do they hire you for?
The women's orders, I think, just chatting or how to say, consult about
Yeah.
love.
Love. Really?
Yeah. For example, she says, I have a lover, but he don't want me or like something like. So I just say, I just listen.
Just listening. Listening skill is more important for this.
Hearing about what they say. So their opinion and their experience and what they like it.
Because the clients wants to talk. Just want me to listen.
90% I'm listening and hearing about them. So I just advise the last time, the last 10 minutes.
So 90% of the time is listening,
Yes.
and 10% is giving advice. How do you be a good listener?
This is my character, maybe. I'm not so talkative man. I prefer to listening.
You're there to comfort them maybe and to listen to their problems.
They wanted to get the answer. Just talking with Ossan, have no relation or have no connection, yes.
So they want to get advice from someone who sees it from an outside perspective, maybe someone who won't judge them. It reminds me a little bit of confession. You
Yes.
want to maybe tell someone what
Yes.
you've done,
Yes.
or you want advice from someone and someone who is not going to judge you.
Yes, so it is like a confession.
How do you show someone that you're listening? You repeat what they say?
Yeah, I repeat. And sometimes I put some advice, not so many. Of course, it's depends on the person.
She wants advice, so I say. But if they don't want advice, I don't say.
See the eye.
Yes.
Very important. Young people sometimes don't look at the eye. It's very, I think, important.
Women don't want to get advice, but on the other hand, guys want to get advice. Advice.
Listening is such an important skill, again, that school doesn't teach us.
Yeah.
It's not just something we do passively, it's active. It can often be talking as well. So we repeat what the person has said so they know that we've listened to them.
Yeah.
What's been the most fun experience for you?
Once I went to Disneyland because one young lady has 2 tickets, but her friend suddenly canceled it. I mean, couldn't make it. So
Last week, I watched baseball game in Yokohama with a foreigner, American guy. I just watching the game and just talking about the game.
And that's something you love to do as well.
Yes.
I have to get approval from my wife.
Really?
I'm going to some kind of dating
she-
with
oh,
a young lady. So,
Oh, really?
so I asked her whether I can go or not.
Oh.
And she said, okay, that's why I...
Okay.
I went to Denmark as a rental.
Oh,
Yeah. The client is a woman. She wants to go overseas. She hasn't had experience to go overseas, so I went to Denmark with her.
How long was it?
3 days.
3 days.
Just 3 days.
God.
Yeah.
And how was that experience? So did she pay for everything?
She pays me transportation fee and hotel, but I paid my food or beer or something like that, or a sightseeing fee.
Okay.
I had order from tattoo artist. This is also young lady
Okay.
because there was one customer from Czech Republic. She couldn't speak English. That's why, as a translator, I went. I translate the design, what he wants.
I've heard about some people, they get tattoos done and it means a completely different thing to what they think it means. It's like a swear word or something.
I like watching baseball and talking with baseball.
And I bet they appreciate having you there because you
Yes,
can
yes,
show
yes.
them.
Yeah, of course, I can get a drink and get some food.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like everyone is happy.
Yeah,
It's a
everyone is
win-win
happy.
situation.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you got a free
Yeah.
3-day holiday to Denmark out
Yeah,
of it. So
yeah.
what was the experience like though? She wanted someone to talk to or just someone to guide her?
So she wants to see Congo's band,
Oh.
African Congo's
Yes.
band in Denmark.
Huh.
So I took her to go live house at a venue. And then she enjoyed, and she and I enjoyed it. The dancing.
That's great. Do some people contact you because they want to date?
Yeah, but yeah, of course, I every time I ask my wife, can I go?
So she reads the emails or she reads the request or you tell her about it. And what's been the most sort of strange request? Have you had anything?
Strange request. One of the guy asked me to talk in the bed of the hotel, so I said no. I rejected.
Cheat someone.
To cheat on someone?
Yeah. I met up in restaurant as a husband. I don't know why. So, but I have to behave as a husband. I talked about our life.
He said I wanted to get a man friend.
A man friend.
Man friend. I'm wondering about that. He wanted to father.
So she was looking for someone to be a father figure?
Yeah, I felt that weird.
Yeah.
I-
So what did you do?
I gave him some advice for life.
Okay. I think one important life skill that school doesn't teach us is how do you spot people who are maybe, we call it red flags, like not bad people, but things that are wrong.
Most of the people are very nice. This is very good that I can decide, I can choose, I can select. And I know that this might be very dangerous. So I feel that this is dangerous, so I can reject.
After that, so I never do cheat on someone.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not happy order.
If I want to go, I take it. So I don't tell that the request is bad. I said only I cannot take it. Yeah.
Okay.
And what other skills have you learned from doing this?
To be sincere. Every time I meet people, I have to be sincere and honest. This is not only in this job, any kind of job, same.